Good evening. Welcome to Friday Night Folk. What a lovely day it was, and it's so good to be here with you tonight. Ooh, it's nice seeing an almost full house. It's lovely to see faces I've never seen before. It's also really nice to see faces that I know and love. Let's breathe. Everybody ready for a great show? Oh my goodness. Just a quick show of hands. How many people know the name Zoe Lewis? Look at those hands. Wait, we're going to cut you guys out a little bit. How many of you have seen Zoe Lewis live? Okay. How many people never heard of Zoe Lewis until this week? Okay, for those of you that have never heard of this incredible, talented, multi-instrumentalist funny girl, you are in for the treat of your life. I'm not saying that because I'm the announcer. I'm saying that because I know her, I love her, I've watched what she does. I've been to her performances, I've brought her to New London. This is the second time she's been here, and she's gonna blow your mind. But, la-di-da-da. Let's take care of some house cleaning stuff first. First of all, welcome to Friday Night Folk. We're so glad that you're here. Friday Night Folk is such an important part of this community. It allows musicians to come into this amazing room and play some of the best music the world has ever known. If you don't know about Friday Night Folk, check out FridayNightFolk.org. We do not have a performance in December. We have too much competition with Santa, I guess, or somebody. I don't know. I tried to compete with Santa once. It didn't work well. The Easter Bunny and I had fun, though. So, we want to say that our illustrious leader, Nick, is in the hospital. So if you have thoughts and prayers, please keep him in your prayers. He'll be home tomorrow, supposedly, and we're hoping for that. But do keep him in your prayers. He's a little under the weather. The exits are thusly and thusly. Do not use the side door to go out. Go all the way out the way you came in, please. The bathrooms are thusly and thus. Doesn't matter what gen you are, you can use them all. We don't care. Yes, ma'am. Also, I'd like to just say, please excuse the look. There is some really incredibly awesome construction going on. Soon, and very soon, we're going to have a whole new community room, a whole new kitchen, and it's all going to help to make this an even greater experience. So, little construction going on, please excuse that. I also want to say thanks to our production staff. Katrina and Tom helped to make the food good. Judy, our singing messenger, also makes wonderful blondies, yummy, oh my goodness. Jeff's back there on sound. Hi, Jeff, it's so good to have you here with us. Without Jeff, we wouldn't be able to hear me. Come on, that is the most important part of the night, isn't it? And Adam is on technology. He's here to make sure that the people out in live stream land can see and hear the whole show, which is wonderful. Say hi, live stream. Okay, so tonight we have to perform for you Zoe Lewis. She is here from Provincetown. That's where she makes her home. It's a lovely little town on the very tippy top end of Cape Cod, way out here. It's a beautiful place. If you've never been there, get there, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you'll go back for to have more than once in a lifetime. And she has a new album coming out in the spring, so you'll want to know about that. But on the back table where our singing messenger Judy is, hi Judy, there are CDs, and there are several, and they're a really good price. So check those out. And Zoe let me know under the table that she'll sign them during break. So that's all. The next upcoming show is January 12th. That's Jeff Kaufman. And that will be amazing. Get your tickets. If you get them early, they're a little cheaper, and that's wonderful. And now I'm done. I really don't want to talk anymore. I want to sit and listen to the incredible, the fabulous, the amazing, the really, really funny, silly girl from Provincetown, Miss Zoe Lewis. Woohoo!
London, it's a joy to be here. I brought my heart because we need a lot of love these days. And I'm looking up the beautiful paper cranes as I sit there around the world, the paper cranes of peace. And I'm going to open a song. So I was sitting in the back seeing how many people have seen me before. And it's amazing. How can that be? Because I'm just 21. I just started. So let's start. I like to start with this one. It gets me warmed up, and it's an old jazz tune. I write all my own songs, but this one, I need your help. Could you all scream out, baby? Because I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of. Everybody, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, and you will find happiness. And I guess all the things you've always dreamed of. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell. Loudly. Thank you. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love. Scoop up, boo da doo ba da da doo da da doo da 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 yeah, boo day. Scoop up, da doo ba da ba da, ba ba doo da doo da 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 da. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell, baby. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything. I can't give you anything. I can't give you anything but love. Sa-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. I always travel with my heart on a stick. I do. Some people keep it on their shoulder, but I keep mine on a stick. And it's been very useful. I have a few hearts on a stick, actually. Because during COVID, remember that thing? Yeah, well, we ended up doing a lot of virtual shows, me and all my musician friends. And I'm a technophobe. I'm not good at that. So it's lovely to be performing to people again. Even though now we do live streams. Hello, people, live stream out there. But anyway, yeah, the story is that I put the computer, flipped it open and put it in front of the piano. And I sat there and I was on Facebook and I pressed go live. And it actually miraculously worked. And I watched as people jumped on, and soon there were like 100, and then there were more. And I thought, this is great. There were friends waving and saying hello, because, it would say. And so I did a little show, and then I thought, hey, Roxanne, who plays with me, she plays recorder with Mannheim Steamroller. And she lives in Provincetown. I said, get over here and come and do a show with me. We'll put it on the computer live, And she was like, what are you talking about? Yes, come over. I said, but you can't come in the house. You have to stay in the garden. Stay outside. I'll open the window. Don't blow the recorder down through the window. Play it sideways. But anyway, so I did. And she played outside the window. And we put the computer so you could just see her through the window. And people loved it, and we did it every Thursday at 6, so many shows, and people tuned in from all over the world. We had, people. I had people from Thailand even, and all my friends in England. They stayed up late, and we had people from France and Germany, and I'd get, Anyway, we needed to be connected with people, and I couldn't believe I could feel the people through, the computer. They needed us, and we needed them. And then it started raining on Roxanne's head. And people loved that. It snowed on that girl's head. She was like blew through the wind, past the window once. And anyway, and so I started asking different Provincetown people, will they come and perform? And they said, yes. We had about 23 drag queens through my window. Every morning on a Friday, I would go and clear up the mess in the garden, and I'd always find sequins in the grass. So anyway, we had ballerinas through the window. We had Liberace through the window. We had trombones. We had all the drag queens in the shed changing. And occasionally, there was sequins everywhere. And then occasionally one would come in the kitchen. And then... what else did we have? Oh, the town crier. In Provincetown, we have a town crier, and he sings. And I remember he was waiting to go on. It wasn't his turn to be by the window yet. And I was running around the house just before, the show started. And there was the town crier sitting at the picnic table. I thought, what's going on? You really don't need to take drugs in life. It really... And I'd go and visit my friend the next morning after I'd cleared the sequins from the grass. I'd go and visit Ilona Royce-Smithkin, a lady that I met who has very long eyelashes. Now, I do sing about her. She made it to 101. And I would go and see her. I would socially distance and stand by the door. She'd open the window. And I'd say, she's like, how are you, dear? She had long eyelashes because she cut her hair and stuck it on her eyelash. It's Provincetown, hey. So anyway, she was like, tell me what you've been doing, darling. And I told her, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, a virtual show, but it sounds marvelous. Because I was like, guess who we had through the window last night? We had Thirsty Burlington, a Cher, who? No, she knew about, but anyway, she said, darling, life is too short. If you blink, you're going to miss it. So you carry on doing all these marvelous things. We need the music. It's healing. So I went home and wrote this one. There's a drag queen in my kitchen. There's a feather in my tea. There's a trombone through my window, serenading me. I'm missing our connection. May I sing you a song? We better dance in the rain, my friends, for the show must go on. And if you're feeling all alone, know the world is here with you, because life is full of punches. It's much shorter than you think. So be careful you don't miss it if you blink. Here we go. Da 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 da. Please sing. Da 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 da. Ballerinas in the garden, pirouetting with the moon, and Liberace's getting ready for a tickle and a tune. And the cigarette girl hurries with her props upon a plate. In a time of distraction, let's create. And if you're feeling all alone, know the world is here with all of you, because life is full of punches. It's much shorter than you think, so be careful you don't miss it if you blink. Everybody! Da 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 da. Have you lost the smile behind your mask? Every day so hard to breathe. Switch on your screen and dare to dream along with us in our land of belief. 'Cause there's a Slavic paper theater, there's a heart upon a stick, there's a lady from Cuba, and there's a burlesque kick. And we giggle just like schoolgirls to every lamb chop joke, because laughter is the medicine and music is the hope. And if you're feeling all alone, know the world is here with all of you. 'Cause life is full of punches, it's much shorter than you think. So be careful you don't miss it if you blink. Loudly please. Now in French. Oh, don't blink. Merci. Merci beaucoup. So many stories. I feel like I'm doing a tennis match. It's all right. Sorry for my back. But you can see what I do. You can see the... better not. You can see all my cheat sheets too, can't you? Oh, yeah. So I told the story of the lady with the eyelashes. I have many stories about all the characters that I meet, and I have a few about her, because 101 is a pretty remarkable age to meet, to arrive to. I mean, and I remember when it was COVID, when she turned 100, and we all stood outside her apartment on the beach. You know, she had a great old apartment, and she was, I think it was a 3-story walk up, and she stayed there till the very end. She also was in New York, and she had a 4-story walk up. So it's important to keep walking. She'd take her time getting up and down, but she could do it. And even, I reckon, when she was 99, she was still swimming in the Provincetown Bay, you know, having a dip. And but anyway, we all stood outside when she turned 100. I had my ukulele, and we serenaded her. Like half of the town turned up. It was lovely. And her little atelier, the top, you know, when you reach 100, I mean, you spend your first 50 years collecting stuff. I mean, she had a lot of stuff, but I think you spend the next 50 years trying to get rid of it. So every time I'd go over, she's like, "Darling, would you like this chiffon scarf?" Because I always wear chiffon scarves. Well, I occasionally do now, actually. But that's when I'm in drag. But yeah, so she would turn up with all sorts of funny things, and she had shelves and shelves of marvelous, colorful clothes. I mean, she dressed incredibly, and trinkets and all sorts of fabulous things. And they're just things. I think about stuff. They're just things, but they are memories too. Like both my mum and dad are not alive anymore, and we got the house, my brothers and sisters and me. I'm from England. I'm from a little village in England. It's all the stuff there. I've been quite fine traveling around the world with all that stuff. So it's chattels. That's what they call it, chattels. I call them shackles, stuff. So anyway, what to do with it? But I did bring a few things back, and a very important thing. I brought a spoon back, which was the spoon that my mum gave me my hard-boiled egg in the morning, which I also used to give her morphine at the very end. So that spoon is a magic spoon. When I hold that spoon, zing, just taken back. So with Ilona, I went into her apartment, and they were clearing it. It was a weird feeling when they're getting rid of all her marvelous things. And she used to I'd go and visit her, and she'd say, "Would you like a glass of vodka, darling?" And I'd go, "Yes, please." At whatever time of the day you'd go and visit, she'd ask you. And she was a very little lady, and she would get a little blue bottle of vodka out and pour it into a tiny thimble and give it to me, and I'd have a little. And it didn't get me tipsy at all. And she's like, "Would you like another, dear?" And I'm like, "Yes, please." Would you like? I'd have about 5 vodkas when it was over. But anyway, I got the vodka bottle and the thimble. Beautiful souvenir. Climbing the crooked old stairs to your door. It's slightly ajar, just like always before. I'm gently caressed by a breeze from the sea. The sunbeams are dancing where you used to be, and the magic is lingering on in this room. The flowers have dried, but maintain your perfume. Box up these treasures now, you've spread your wings. 100 years wrapped up in all these things, and there's green velvet cushions on miniature chairs, piles of old canvases, poppies and pears, pink chiffon scarves and bottles of blue. These souvenirs all remind me of you. I stand by the window and gaze at the bay. You painted it differently every day. Thunderstorm blue or a light cloudy sky. Sit still, my dear, as I capture your eye. And so many stories remain in this place, bearing my soul as you look in my face. Box up these treasures now, you've spread your wings. 100 years wrapped up in all these things, and there's easels and paintbrushes, pencils in pots, old magazines and broken down clocks, thimbles for vodka and bottles of blue. These souvenirs all remind me of you. Thank you. And that song is going to be on the new album, because people keep asking me, can we buy that one? So that one's not, it's recorded, it's ready to go. The new album's called Blink, by the way. And so yeah, that'll come out in the spring. All right, well, I'm looking around, and I have dear friends here. I have the ballerina in the garden sitting in the corner here is Christopher. And I have got my 2 friends from Provincetown over there, Tom and Brian, who own the Brasswood Inn, it's an amazing inn. And Brian is a brilliant marimba player, who I should have got you to bring the whole marimba down here and jam. And then my friend Kara's, and so many people are here. And, well, we met originally in Puerto Vallarta, didn't we? That was the first place we met. So I go and play there in the winter in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, because it's very chilly in Provincetown in the winter. January and February, March, see you later, I'm gone. I mean, I have spent many a winter there, but, I'm from England. I'm over the weather. So it was good for me to be in Latin countries. I've traveled a lot, and anyway, I like a little bit of Latin. I like a little bit of tequila. I like a little bit of chili. And, traveling's good. It turns you upside down. It makes you see things in different ways. I'm thinking about all that lately, about right and wrong and different ways of doing things. And, in Mexico, for instance, the definition of full, for instance, is different. If you get on a bus, to you would think it's full because you grew up in a place where full has a different meaning. But then in Mexico, no, there's room for 223 more people on that bus. And a chicken. And, it's like, I remember when I was in, my 20s, I was like, God, this is amazing, People are like, come here, come and sit here. Definition on time is different in Mexico. Definition of hot, heat in, really in food. Excuse me, is this hot? No problem at all, no problem, senora. No. And you thank you very much. Definition of noise. What's loud, what's soft? I think things that Mexicans probably think are very quiet. I find them quite loud, especially when I have come from Provincetown where I just hear an owl hoot in a tree. No, I'm on the beach on a Sunday, the mariachis are down, there's one tune going on here, another tune going on here, there's 3 chihuahuas barking, a baby singing, another one crying, a grandma, singing a song, all the beach vendors, ostiones, come on, and yelling out things. It's a cacophony, a beautiful cacophony, and I love it. And after a month, my definition of noise is different. I can go to sleep on the beach on my towel with all that going on. Can I have a little... It's Sunday morning, sound of bells, dogs are barking, the bacon smells, time to make coffee sweet and strong, singing and dancing the whole night long. That bottle of tequila, it went down nice, tasted so good, we drank it twice. I know I should remember, but I cannot. The stars were swinging and the moon was hot. Yes, a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime, salt on the rim, a little bit of time. We're gonna feel happy, gonna feel fine, we're gonna feel very, very fine. Can he go? On the Playa Los Muertos, there's quite a crowd. All the mariachis are getting loud. Turn up your radio, jump in the sea. Come and have a swim with humanity. There's a tiny baby, a shrimp on a stick, a toy chihuahua sneaking a lick. Agua fresca, homemade flan. Here comes my friend, the donut man. Yes, a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime, salt on the rim in a little bit of time. We're gonna feel happy, gonna feel fine. We're gonna feel very, very fine. Get it, go! Hey! Hoppa! Far away from town, the snow is falling down. So say salut, salut to the sun, for we're the lucky ones. Aren't we the lucky ones? Yeah. Thank you. The mariachis came with me. There's a pelican diving for a fish, in its chopstick beak is a tasty dish. If a bocadillo is your desire, you're gonna get a dose of red hot fire, 'cause there's chili in the tacos, chili in the chips, chili in the mangoes, chili on my lips, chili in the oysters, chili in the rice. Life is much better with extra spice. Just a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime, salt on the rim in a little bit of time. We're gonna feel happy, gonna feel fine. We're gonna feel very, very fine. Calico, ba 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 ba. Hey, ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Hey. Gracias, gracias. Well, I'm pulling out all the favorites, the ones that will be on my gravestone. Actually, I'm carrying it with me. No, this is my washboard stomach. Thank you for singing along. I look around and some people know their words, which makes me very happy. That means you've got a CD or something, or Spotify. You can get my stuff on all these modern things too. But even though you can get them on these modern things, I am still a bit of an old-fashioned thing. I do still own a flip phone. That's what I managed to survive with. And yeah, I still have my 1945 Western Flyer bicycle. And I am very proud owner of this. It's actually it's been an antique ever since I got it. But now I have to lock it, because in the old days, people were like, no one's going to steal that rusty old thing. But now it's a collector's item, so I have to lock it. But anyway, it's red, and I can do all the hills in Provincetown on it still. It's just one, gear, just the one speed, and the back pedal brakes. And, now there's e-bikes, which they're great, but, that's crazy. Who's been to Provincetown, by the way? Most of you. So, Provincetown, for those of you who don't know, it's right, little, as Dot said, a little town by the sea. It's a Bohemian artist colony. You know what that's code for. Gay, 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 gay. And when I first moved there, it only said Bohemian Artist Colony on the tourist brochures. Now it's like Leather Week. Or, that's when my mother visited, but that's another story. She was like, oh, look at that man's bottom. But anyway, no. I was like, look at the seagull, the seagull, the seagull. Sorry, I digress. But anyway, it's crazy. It's the only street, I believe, in the United States that is one way for cars, yet totally legal for two ways for bicycles. And, they say in the old days there used to be a sign that said, had 2 arrows in it, said both ways. But of course, that kept getting stolen. So they gave up on that one. But it is dangerous. You have to be careful on it, especially when there's all these people are renting bicycles, fancy bicycles, and it's crazy on the street. It's like a video game. So you have to really concentrate when you're going down Commercial Street, and there's a lot of things that could fly out. I've noticed people with the strollers, they put their baby first. They just push the baby. They're going to be all right. It's the same with the dogs. It's like, madam, your poodle is going to get it if you don't pull it back. And the baby, so anyway, I am going on, sorry. But the thing is, this bicycle can beat most of the fancy bicycles. I love you. And the story is this lady, she was going to Herring Cove Beach wearing a Lycra. She was very sporty. She had a fancy bicycle with her helmet. She had the long straw. She was hydrated. She'd even shaved her legs for extra aerodynamic speed. What I'm trying to say is she was meant for business, but I was behind her, and it was a slight incline, but I thought I can take her. So I was just going to pass her, but she had wing mirrors on her fancy bicycle, and she saw me, and she downshifted 13 gears, just like that. And she suddenly started going for it. And I thought, we can't have that. I can still beat her. I know I can pass, I know. So I quickly got up on the pedals of my handlebar, and it was going well. I was catching her, but it got steeper, and I pulled back on the handlebars, and they suddenly came off my bicycle. This is true, and I'm standing on the pedals. That moment, ladies and gentlemen, was maybe the longest moment in my life. I can remember it well because everything, that tiny, long moment, it was slow-mo. The whole bicycle was collapsing, the wheel was down the hill, everything was falling, and people were going... And that all I saw, and I heard my mum, I heard a tiny voice going, jump. And I did, I pushed on what was left of that falling apart bicycle, flew into the sky, and I landed on both feet, still holding the handlebars. And the bicycle was nowhere to be seen. And people did clap, actually. Anyway, I did the walk of shame to the bicycle shop and had it, stuck together. And now every year I have the handlebars tightened. So I wrote this little ditty. Because the bicycle becomes part of you, doesn't it? On my bicycle I can speak to everybody on Commercial Street. I'm gonna ring my bell, it's a sunny day and the ocean's calling, get out the way. Hey. Hello seagull, hello ice cream, hello thirsty, hello Volagine, hello trolley, hello truck, hello poodle, don't push your luck. On my bicycle it feels so good, terrorizing the neighborhood. I'm gonna race the pedicabs, dodge the cars, it's the middle of summer, look, no handlebars. Hello bubblers, hello canteen, hello muscle daddy, hello leather queen, hello town crier, hello traffic cop. Look, they opened another pot shop. On my bicycle to Barberland, riding around in a pile of sand, and it is July and August bliss. All I know is it doesn't get better than this. Yes. Hey. Hello stroller, hello car door, hello pizza, oops, hello floor, hello hunking, hello frown, New York plates, you better slow down, yeah. Hey. On my bicycle I can speak to everybody on Commercial Street. I'm gonna ring my bell, it's a sunny day and the ocean's calling. Get out the way, get out the way. Come on, get out the way, please get out the way. Hey. Many of you know my guitar had a baby. Was it last night? Yeah. We were in New York last night. The sunset was incredible. The sunsets are so amazing now. In the winter, I think they get really, really marvelous. And of course, maybe we've slowed down a little bit. In the summer, I'm always like rushing around so much. What time is sunset now? Like too early. Yes, you're right. what is it, 5 something? Because it's 8:30, 5:11. Oh, did you say 5:11? What did you? Oh, 4:30. 4:40, okay. I like it when people tell me an exact time, because you know they follow it. It's like the tide. Sometimes people say, what time's high tide? And we're like, 11:27. It's because I'm going clamming. Well, you know, we go and watch the sunset at 8:30 in the summer. And the thing is, people are all there with their cameras and they wait for it to just go behind the sea. And then they quickly rush back to their cars and go for their dinner reservations. And I'm like, wait, slow down. The show has just begun. If you stay on the beach until it gets dark, it's going to get red and rich and incredible, just like the beautiful photos you showed me. And yeah, I'm telling you this, but I'm really telling myself, try and see as many sunsets as you can. And if you do wait long enough, the moon will rise, and that's an added treat. And there's a phrase, if you're French Canadian, they have a saying, in between sunset and moonrise, they say, oh, maintenant c'est entre chien et loup. It's between dog, chien, et loup, and wolf, loup is wolf. It's between, so the dogs go to sleep and the wolves begin to rise, or the coyotes in the dunes, and it's an eerie time. I know, I can tell you're worried. But it's all right. Because you have to take risks sometimes to find true beauty. It's worth it. So will you take a risk with me and sing right now? Da 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 da. Da 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 again. Da 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 da. When the sun takes off her hat and she sinks into the sea, you can almost taste the oranges and reds, believe you me. And all the lamps turn on and the flowers close tight, and the golden naked moon enters the still blue night. When dog is about to meet wolf, it's a beautifully dangerous time, and it feels like the edge of the world. And I feel so happy that you're mine. I can smell the summer air, rose hips and skin, and the sound of wings around my head as the birds fly in. I'm shaking off the sand in this salty little town, 'cause anything is possible if we just slow down. Are you ready? Da 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 da. When dog is about to meet wolf, it's a beautifully dangerous time, and it feels like the edge of the world. And I feel so happy that you're mine. So close your doors and your windows, or just decide to let it in. When the owl is on the prowl, that's when the stars start to sing. I'm shaking off the sand in this salty little town, 'cause anything is possible if we just slow down. Here we go. Da 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 da. Keep it going. Da 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 da. da 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 da, ra da da da, ra da da da. Yay! Thank you for the jam. That was a great jam, you guys. Thirsty work it is. So, you know, who's been to Provincetown 10 years ago? 15? 20?
What do you want us to show our age? Lesbian laughter.
40. So that was my group when I first went. I've been there 34 years. You went there 40 years, because it's changed so much. That's what I'm getting at, and it's still gloriously beautiful. Thank goodness we've got the National Seashore still.
Yay.
I have to say, I didn't explore enough around here, but you have a lovely waterfront, don't you? Some gorgeous old houses around here too. I was really impressed. Sometimes that's the thing, you don't always feel a place properly when you're rushing through. But Provincetown... Oh. My guitar on? Oh, hang on. It helps if I plug it in. Hang on. I would have told you. Sorry. Where did it go? Hang on a sec. Hello. I knew I should have done this before. This goes to the deep eye. Sorry, apologies about that. It's all like spaghetti down here. So yeah, it's very expensive now. But when I first turned up to Provincetown, I was lucky enough to get myself a little apartment to the right of Spiritus Pizza, an old 1850s building, and I knocked and found the old landlady, and she said, "Hello, dear." She had chihuahuas. Anyway, I said, "Could I rent this apartment? Because recently my heart has been broken." And she said, "Yes, dear, you can." And I said, "How much did it cost?" And she said, $500. So that was my rent for 25 years, $500. I thank Diana Henley so very much for giving me such a cheap rent. That's why I play music now, because she enabled me to be able to keep getting gigs and having a cheap rent. But the water was switched off in the winter, I tell you, and it was kind of ramshackle, so I'd have to go traveling, but it was great. All the floors sloped that way, so that's why I'm often like this these days. But anyway, I loved it so much. And she would tell me stories, because, across the road was the Pied Piper lesbian bar, but before it was that, it was the Ace of Spades. She'd come in the 50s from New York, and she walked into the Ace of Spades bar, and she was scared. She was wearing a little Peter Pan collar, and she was scared, yet titillated at the same time. And she said, and then I would go in there all the time, and I made friends, but it was amazing, old school bar. And she'd tell me stories. She'd always say, darling, there are two kinds of women, blonde and blazing, and dark and glowing. I was like, oh. She also said, a hard woman is good to find. Anyway, I loved hearing all these stories from her. It's great, you know, she was in the closet for so long, so it was wonderful. You know, we met and she started telling me what was really, how it was for her. In New York, she'd go to Christopher Street, you know, and they'd dance. And anyway, she had a brownstone in Brooklyn, so when, you know, I'd go and visit her when I was in New York, and I was there for when she died. And, you know, I'd go and visit her at the end. And it was her and Zipper the Chihuahua. And upstairs, she had, talk about stuff, she had a lot of stuff. And she was feeling not well one day. And I went up and I found a box of photographs. So I said, come on, let's go through these. And I pulled some out. And then I noticed there were like envelopes. And on the envelopes, it had women's names like Sue, or Claire, or Virginia. And afterwards it said Virginia without, Sarah without, Betty without. And I was like, what is this? And she gave me a smile. And I opened one of the envelopes, and there was a picture of a lady in the nude in the bath. It was Sarah without. And then I got the next one, and it said Emily without. And then there was another lady in the bath without. I mean, they were very demure, holding a glass of wine, but posing. She had a dark room upstairs. So these were different girlfriends of hers through the years, and they'd all posed in the bath. I knew Betty. Betty was 90. It was like, we gave Betty her photos back. Anyway. You never know, do you? That's what I'm trying to say. It's a Brooklyn afternoon. You're lying in your room, staring at the ceiling. The stories in your head, flying round the bed. I wonder what you're feeling. In your eyes, glimmers of the years gone by. Come on, tell me all about Veronica without. To party down on Christopher Street, go out dancing all through the night, free to be who you wanted to be until, just until the morning light. Behind the closet door, there's a box upon the floor, full of photographs and letters, a top hat and a hook, a camera and a book, and a gun under your sweaters. I almost choke, opening that envelope, for without a doubt, it's Veronica without. Packed the car up and the dog, and you headed to Cape Cod, to the artists, the bohemians and queens. There were other girls like you, walking 2 by 2, and all the boys wore tight blue jeans. Summertime had you feeling mighty fine. Come on, tell me all about Olivia, Barbara, Betty, Emma, Norma Jean Keating, Lucy, Claire and Geraldine, Rosie, Helen, Margot, Juliet, and not to forget Veronica without. She was That's a new one. And I'm going to do one more, and then we'll take a little break. And then I've got a whole nother set. So thank you so much for listening. You are a lovely crowd. Thank you for turning out on a Friday. And I'm playing... Oh, well, I was going to say I'm going to advertise my show on Monday in New York City, but it's sold out. So I bet... So I'm excited about that. But if you want to sign up on my email list, it would be great, because I'll tell you where else I'm playing if you're interested and when the new album comes. And is there anyone in love in the audience? Oh, about 1/10 of the room. I think I'll end on the love sucks section. Oh, it's all right. I opened with love. We'll end the first on the love sucks, but don't worry, I'll pick it up later. Because I try and give a varied show. You know, love never ends. You're romantic, aren't you? But life is full of ups and downs, and, you know, and I see it in Provincetown. You know, living next to Spiritus, I saw a lot of things. And I, you know, sometimes I'd see people falling in love. I mean, they'd fall in love, and then the next morning they'd come and say, Zoe, it wasn't true love. I realized it wasn't true love. My heart is broken now. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. Go out for breakfast. You feel all right after a nice breakfast. And they did, and they do. And where's a good place for breakfast here, by the way? What? BJ's. Oh, all right, I'm going to take a list. Okay, but I mean, you know, it's good to have a backup plan. This is a song about unrequited love and breakfast food. There's a song for everything. So thanks for listening. We'll take a break after this, and we'll have lovely... What are we going to have? Lovely cakes? Tea? There's tea? Oh, good, because I had a lovely cup of tea before. Tea and muffins and brownies, great. All right, lovely. So anyway, back to breakfast food. Cause you give me hard eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. You give me hard eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. You butter hard grits your teeth and bear it. I do not love you no more. I'm begging you to leave me. I never sausage misery. I'm begging you to leave me. I never sausage misery. You acted so ungrapefruitly. You gave me a raisin to be free. 'Cause you give me hard eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. You give me hard eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. You butter hard grits your teeth and bear it. I do not love you no more. What do you eggs Benedict me to do? I've got nothing else to say. What do you eggs Benedict me to do, baby? I've got nothing else to say. You left a waffle toast out of my mouth. You biscuit out of town today. 'Cause you give me hard eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. You give me hard eggs every morning. Cheese, I'ma let you go. And you know what they say, hell hath no fury like a woman's scone. Yes, it's true, I got a bad case. It's a very bad, bad case. I got a bad, bad case of them breakfast blues. I got the breakfast blues, yeah. Thank you very much, you're lovely. Stick around for set 2.
evening. Wait. Intermission's over. The fun time is over. Sit down. No, I'm just kidding. Is anybody having a terrible time? Nobody. Is everybody having an amazing night of music and stories? So, 15-minute break is over. Exits. I'm exiting. Zoe's back. Enjoy the show, guys. Have a blast.
Thank you, Dot. Vagabond, I'm just a vagabond. I don't know where I belong. I'm just a vagabond. I'm just a vagabond. I don't know where I belong, but I belong in this world, yeah. Way down in Timbuktu, there's a lot of things to do. A dromedary's rendezvous, well, they say one hump's as good as two. And if you ain't too sore, head down to Bangalore, where there's motor cars forevermore. A past and present tug of war, running rings around the world, just like a bumblebee, looking for the sweeter side of life. Come with me, a worm in my back, won't you come with me, vagabond? I'm just a vagabond, I don't know where I belong. Well, I'm just a vagabond. I'm just a vagabond, I don't know where I belong, but I belong in this world, oh yeah. Way down in old Peking, ducks are just a buck a wing. There's a lot of imitation wing. Ducks are just a buck a wing. And if you ain't too sore, head down to Bangalore, where there's motor cars forevermore. A past and present tug of war, running rings around the world under one big sky. Home is in the faces that I meet. Hello, 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 goodbye, vagabond. I'm just a vagabond. I don't know where I belong. I'm just a vagabond. I'm just a vagabond. I don't know where I belong. I'm just a vagabond. I don't know where I belong, but I belong in this world. I belong in this world, yeah. I belong in this world. Welcome back. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I just leave things lying around. What's that? No, I'll tell you later. Behave yourself, madam. What's in your tea, Keela? All right. I was like spacing out sometimes, so I'm going blah blah blah. I was like, I thought I was in the Muppet Show for a moment. I'm like, oh God. I have to do this one for you. Who's been to England? Anyone been to England? You've been everywhere, haven't you? Been to Provincetown, England. Where else? You must have gone for the food when you went to England. That was too loud, that laugh. Well, it's got better English food. And I'm from, who's been to Sussex? Anyone been in the south? Where have you been in Sussex? Poole. Oh. So I'm from, well, my town's Brighton, but I'm from Rottingdean, a little village where Rudyard Kipling lived. There's like, you know, chalk cliffs. We are known for our cream teas and smugglers' caves. So they used to bring contraband in from France and bring it under the village, and it goes up into the pub and the church. And actually, Rudyard Kipling wrote a poem. How does it go? Yes, 4 and 20 horses riding in the dark, brandy for the parson, baccy for the clerk, laces for a lady, letters for a spy. Watch the wall, my darling, as the gentlemen go by. That's about that. Anyway, that was my village. How do you? She was like, no, she was testing me. I was like... And when I was little, we found once they put doors in front of the caves, they blocked off. But you know, when I was about 9, I found one open, and we went in. It was like... But we had all sorts of adventures running underneath the village, and they come up, you know, as I said, and also they are underneath some of the old houses by the duck pond. We used to, if you knew someone in the house, you could go down to the cellar, and their cellar was actually all just chalk caves. But anyway, I have digressed. Because, you know, it was like growing up in a fairy tale place. My mum and dad had me much later. I was talking to a gentleman who asked me a question he remembered from last time that I said, my mum had me at 51. My brother and sister 20 years older than me, so they originally thought I was a tumor. But no, it was me. So anyway, I was like the baby of the family. It's like I grew up with my grandparents. So my dad, my mum was French and my dad was very English, and he wore tweed a lot. And, he wasn't expecting to have a child late in life. He retired when I was 11, and he wanted it quiet, and I was not quiet. He just wanted to prune his roses and have a nice quiet life and a cup of tea and read the paper. But if I wanted to hang out with my dad, I learned how to calm down. And it would be raining sometimes, and I'd go and hang out with him. He's retired, he's in his old, fishing clothes, and we're in the garage. He was an electrical engineer. So he had this whole box, I remember, of plugs and sockets, and he'd give them to me with a screwdriver and say, here, that'll keep you busy. Undo all those. And I would. And then I'd go, done. He's like, good girl, now do them all up. But I kind of enjoyed it, but it was just nice being quiet with my dad, and it kept me very busy. And then in the summer, we'd go down to the beach, me and my mum and all the kids from down our road. But when the tide went out far, that's sometimes when my dad would turn up. He would turn up with 6 prawning nets over his shoulder, and he'd look over all the kids' heads, and he'd see me and say, come on. You, just me. And I'd follow him like a duckling, and we'd climb over all the rocks where the bladderwrack seaweed hung over the chalk rocks. Under the soft chalk there were caves. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where the prawns live. You get your net, you put a limpet in, some bait. Quietly, you place it without splashing into a cave. You put 6 of these into the caves. You go back to net number 1 without a noise. Pull it gently. That lady jumped. You pull it up really quickly, and then it's ticking with prawns. It's a stealth thing. And in fact, the only thing I have in England still are those 6 prawning nets. I left them in the neighbour's shed, and I do it when I go back. It's so great. And anyway, that was what I did with my dad. And we'd walk home past the duck pond, the 3 pubs, the 1 church, quietly. And then we'd get to a little lane, and he'd speak to me. Just before we got home to have our prawn dinner, he'd say, darling, what's that on the floor? And I'd look, and shining there on the floor, I would find a 6pence. And I'd keep it. It was a magic 6pence. Every time I walked down this lane with my father, I would find a 6pence. It took me till I was 16 to work out that he had been dropping them. Because I'd believed in magic. I still do. Love can be shown in many ways, Ice cream and fish and chips. I put my fingertips inside your palm. Cross at the traffic lights. All the commuters look longingly at the prawning nets under your arm, and the rock pools shine in the chalky mist. And you say to me, here are some fisherman's secrets, my darling, but please don't tell the tourists. Always, always, always a sixpence. There was always, always, always a sixpence, yeah. From under the bladder rack, I took a treasure back home from the sea. Ticking and tiny, deliciously briny. I know this land, each stone, each corner, each tree. And the tide comes in, and we walk the lane. And you say to me, keep your eyes open for magic, my darling. And just like magic, it's there again. There was always, always, always a sixpence. There was always, always, always a sixpence. Always a sixpence on the floor. Always a sixpence since 1964. Always a sixpence by my shoe. Always a sixpence when I'm standing next to you. Since I was born, you put lines on the lawn every Sunday afternoon. Loud as a bell in the roses, I fell off my tricycle while following the moon. It's a quiet gift, your company. And you look at me, love can be shown in much more ways, my darling, than just in words. Please believe me, always, always, always a sixpence. There was always, always, always a sixpence, yeah. Thank you. That's for Christopher. Calm down, control yourself. I like this arrangement. I'm up and down. It's like a loner. It's important to keep climbing. This is my just 2-floor walk up. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Abraham Lincoln said that. I like that. Beautiful young people are accidents of nature, but beautiful old people are works of art. Eleanor Roosevelt said that. I like that, because you're all 21 to me. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this message if you would. Life is so full of creases, that's why I think wrinkles are very good. It is most imperative to have a little joyfulness each day. So don't stop playing just 'cause you grow old or you'll grow bald. old 'cause you stop to play. 'Cause you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know, you're never too old to be young. When you're halfway through, you just begun. You're never too old to be young, yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-day. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee-da-da. Da-da-da-da-day. Da-da-da-da-da-da. When they tell you to act your age, they obviously lacking in expertise. Can't they see it doesn't matter unless you're a bottle of wine or piece of cheese? So when those twilight years smile down like diamonds upon you, please remember when you think you've done it all, you're gonna always find something new. Because you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know, you're never too old to be young. When you're halfway through, you just begun. You're never too old to be young, yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-day. Da-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee-da-da-day. Ba-da-ba-da-da-day. Ba-ba-da-da-day. Everybody, if you are wise, you can have whatever you visualize. If you believe it, you really can be like Peter Pan, oh, 'cause you're never, 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 you're never too old to be young. There's a million songs to be sung, 'cause you're never too old to be young. Sing with me. You never know, you never know, you never know, you never know, you're never too old to be young. From the age of 3 till 101, you're never too old to be young. And again, no, you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know, you're never too old to be young. There's a million songs to be sung. You're never too old to be young. Oh no, no, you're never too old to be young. Oh no, 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 you're never too old to be young. Oh no, no, you never, no, 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 never, you never, you never, you never, 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 you never, you never, you never, you never, I'm never, you never, I'm never, I'm never, I'm never going to end this, never going to end this, never going to end this, never going to end. You think I'm joking, but I am. No, you're never too old to be young. Thank you. This is an old one I haven't done for a while, but I just played Rehoboth Beach for the first time, and I'd never been down there. I played a vineyard, Rehoboth Beach. They said it was going to be like Petan. It was a bit like Providence. I was in Lewis, actually, and it was like Zoe Lewis played Lewis. It was Lewis, which was, they like to tell me, it was the first town in the first state. So, and apparently there's no real estate tax. We ate in a restaurant, there was no tax added. We are yet to find out where they add it. Did you look up where they add the tax? In Delaware? No. Anyway, I can see you're fascinated. But the whole point that I'm trying to say is, because there's no real estate tax, houses everywhere. Tons and tons of houses. And you can tell it was just farmland, and now they're building. And it reminds me, well, you know, in Provincetown, we're trying to squeeze houses in places where you wouldn't think a house would squeeze, and or extend a house. And it's like my village, you know, it always changes, but I remember Bob Copper, who was an old farmer there, he would look out and go, houses, I'm prostrate with dismal. And, you know, I feel that my house, we sold it for cheaper than it was because we said, please just keep it standing. No, they knocked it down. I believed the man. But, you know, and they would go down, because it's a pretty village, it still is. But not quite like when I was little, they put big freeway quite nearby. So I sang this in Rehoboth, because I had lilacs outside my room. I had a little blackbird whistling me a blackbird tune. chestnut tree. I had enough honey for at least 1,050 bees. I had butterflies and cups everywhere. I had a little cornfield with scarecrows and crows to scare. I even had clover, 3-leaf and sometimes 4. But what I had back then, I'm afraid I don't have any more, 'cause big bulldozers cut through my rolling hills. Men with suits and cell phone ears put concrete on the daffodils, and gold in the milk, diamonds in the sugar, stirred it up with bribery. Old Mrs. Brown, she couldn't turn him down when those developers came to tea. Mrs. Brown, it's the developers here. Open the door, come on, lady. Yeah. Open the door, come on, madam, yeah. 'Cause I had next door neighbors dropping in. I had a little corner store full of almost everything, a pinter on my doorstep, thanks to a friendly cow. But we just go like sheep to ugly supermarkets now. Streams of cars, traffic jams. They put a motorway where there used to be baby lambs. Gold in the milk, diamonds in the sugar, they took my childhood away from me. Old Mrs. Brown she couldn't turn him down when those developers, those mean developers, when those developers came to tea. Well, I'll just do a couple more, and this will make this lady happy. She was like, grab your little red thing. I was like... Because this is the one that I wrote about my friend who had twins. Anyone got twins? Anyone have twins in their life? You are a twin. Are you... is that your twin? No, I can't see, sorry. You're a twin, that's fabulous. Any other people who have twins in there?
My brother and sister are twins.
Oh, yay.
My sister has triplets.
Triplets? Oh, I better write a song about that. What about you? Oh my gosh, wow. Well, because it's different when you have twins. Because a lot of my friends have they'll have a baby every now and then. I'll go to England and say, oh, to my friend, what a lovely baby. And they're very protective if they have one. But then my friend had twins in Austin. Dwight and Jessica, my dear friends. And I went to visit them. And I remember it well. They were Clementine and Harriet. They had fraternal twins. And I knocked on the door, and the door opened, and there they were with the sweet little girls. And I went, they're gorgeous. Look at them. And they said, here, take them. I don't know if your parents ever... Take them, we're going out. Auntie Zoe is here to stay, and you can earn your keep. And I said, all right, how long are you going out for? And they said, we're going out for 8 hours. It's true. And they left me with the twins, because they hadn't had a date for a whole year. So they, it's a lot to deal with one baby, so two, So, and it's difficult, because Auntie Zoe had never changed a diaper before. And of course, quite quickly, it was necessary. I was like, what do I do? And they were crawling around, so I had to, I had to keep an eye. So I put my foot on one to hold it down. So that stayed there, and then I put the diaper on backwards. And then, but anyway, it sort of worked. And anyway, they were laughing the whole time. And then this one, the other one needed changing, so I had to put my foot on that one. Anyway, it worked. We still laugh about it now. But yeah, and that, they're 6. So, but yeah, they're not, yeah. They're lovely. 6 going on 21, And an hour had passed. I had 7 hours left. What do? I bounced them quite a lot. They thought that was funny. So they had a piano, so I put one twin here, and we played. But they got bored. So all I'm trying to say, people with twins in their life, because you might have twins one day too, you never know. So maybe I should sell these after the show, because it's very important if you come across twins to have a plate juggling act with you, because it hypnotized them for ages. Auntie Zoe was like, they were like, and we were still sitting at the piano, so I thought I'll write them a little song. They liked it when I played the piano with a stick. So this song came out. Welcome to the circus of life. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus of life. 'Cause we're born and then we die, but there's a lot of living in between, so please don't wait to grab it by the horns, spin around in circles like that play. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus of life. Da 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 da. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus of life. So small, so loud. Ever since you came to earth, there's been no sleep. You two are one of the finest double acts that a girl could meet. Welcome to the circus of life. Da 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 da. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus of life. Sing with me. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la da da, la 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 do day, la 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 do day, la 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 do day. 'Cause up on the high wire, well, everything's tiny. Elephants and acrobats, trombones and trampolines. It's a delicate balance, but you can go flying. Jugglers and hula hoops, top hats and tambourines. Well, it was going well. The twins, they had a nap. But you know what happened? They woke up. So I had to do a few more things. Can you help me? All right. This is what I did. Da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da da ba ya ba da ba 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 da ya da day ba da 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 ba ba da ba 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 da 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 ba ba da ba ba da da day ba da da da. It's not so easy. Welcome to the circus of life. 'Cause we're born and then we die. There's a lot of living in between, so please don't wait to grab it by the horns. Spin around in circles like that play. Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the circus of life. Welcome to the circus of life. I'm going to do one more for you and wish you bonsoir and say thank you so very much. Can I have a round of applause for Dot over here, who put this all together for me? Thank you to the Friday night folk, to this beautiful church, beautiful community. I've been meeting lovely people here. I'd like to say thank you to Jeff on sound and Adam doing the technical back there. It's been great. Thank you so very much. Thank you all the volunteers who sold tickets, to the lovely man who got me a cup of tea. And just, this is community at its best, and it's what gives me hope. Just don't let go of hope, please. And next time I'll bring a bottle that's not so hard to open. Please come and visit Provincetown in the summer. I highly recommend staying at the Brasswood Inn. You get much more than just a bed for the night. You get shows and all sorts. I'll talk about community. Those guys turned up and just joined right into the community. And anyway, I think we should end in New Orleans, because I ended the last one on the Love Sucks section, and this gentleman was upset. So we're gonna... New Orleans. Who's been to New Orleans? Oh, all right, not quite as many as so. With the land of dreams, you know, the Big Easy. Of course, me coming from Rottingdean was so excited to go to listen to some jazz. And there I was in the South in my 20s, and I couldn't believe it. And I, you know, made all sorts of friends. And I was sitting at the bar of this place. It was called Buffer's Bar. It's still there, Buffer's. It's where I had my first oyster po' boy. Oh, it was great. And then I'd heard the Preservation Jazz Band, and I'd hung over piano players' shoulders, and I met a man who went... Wow. And I was like... And he went... So, you know, we spoke through our trumpet. But anyway, it was amazing. And but as well as jazz, voodoo's big there. So while I was waiting at the bar, I was having a beer and waiting for my friend, and the door opened. It was one of those saloon doors, and it came open like that, and there was this man standing there in a long black cloak. He had a gold sparkling tooth, a bit like my sixpence. I saw it shining. And then he had got a stick on top of an old gnarly stick. He had a skull. And I realized he was a voodoo man. And I'd never seen one before, but I smiled at him, and he came right to me. And he looked me in the eye, and he said, "I can bless you with love for the rest of your life. Oh my God. For $5. And he was right there, and he didn't move, and I thought, what do I do? What do I do? And then I thought, ooh, that's a bargain. And I had $5 in my pocket, so I thought, well, he's not moving, I'll give it to him. And I gave it to him, and straight away he started making all magic sounds. He got out, he had rabbit's feet in his pocket. He was waving them around my head. He had magic dust in his pocket. It could have been the pocket lint, I don't know, it was all in my hair. But I'd paid my money, and I believed, and it was amazing. And I've, felt quite light after that. And most of the people around the bar were very light already. But I left that bar and I floated down Bourbon Street, and I was like, I've been blessed with love for the rest of it. It's amazing. And then I went back to Provincetown. I'd found Provincetown at that point, and I went and I told my friend, and she was like, I can't believe it. I was in New Orleans a couple of weeks ago, and I met that same gentleman. I was like, no. And she's like, there. She showed me the picture of him on her screensaver of her flip phone. And I was like, wow. And she'd been blessed with love for the rest of her life, too, for $2. But I didn't take it personally. And, but anyway, Katrina occurred, the hurricane and the flood and all the terrible, and he was no more. No one could find him anymore. And so... in fact, in Puerto Vallarta, when I played, someone turned up when I sang this song, and they had a newspaper article about him. So, I mean, I was like, he's not a figment of my imagination. He really did exist because I got blessed. Anyway, so I figured because I got blessed, now I can bless all of you. You all are blessed with love for the rest of your life. Don't have no $5, nothing. If you buy a CD, the spell's extra strong. Just sing. Way down south in New Orleans, it's the land of the Mardi Gras kings and queens. There's one more royal on that scene, the Prince of Love. He will make a special brew to bring the romance back for you, for a Dixie beer and $1 or two. That Prince of Love, cross his palm and you'll be under his spell. He'd do that voodoo, only he'd do very, very well from Rampart down to Basin Street, a bar to bar on the Bourbon Beat, a tooth of gold and a whiskey neat. The Prince of Love. It's your fortune, so do not fear. He'll empty out your pockets, but you'll hear what you want to hear. Must be time for another drink, or one more for the voodoo shrink. He's a cousin of Marie Laveau, I think, yeah, that Prince of Love. Intoxicating to the core, he's full of the spirit, that is for sure. The night's on fire and the moon's aflame, and they're playing Jelly Roll again. The real McCoy, he's on the game, that Prince of Love. Help me out one more time. My grandma, see your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma, see your grandma, she gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go, and whoa, jack 'em off in na na na, jack 'em off in and they keep clapping now. Slava, 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 slava. That Prince of Love, he gonna light your fire. Prince of Love, he gonna do that voodoo. Prince of Love, ba 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 doo da da, ba ba da ba doo da 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 da.
Give it up for Zoe Lewis. Come on, guys. So, you're not standing. She's not going to do an encore if you don't stand up and let her know how awesome she is. See, I knew we could get her to do one more.
All right.
Thank you all for being here, and say hi to Nick. Nick's out there in Live Land.
Hello, Nick.
Thank you.
All right, one more quick one. In the midst of darkness, light persists. Mahatma Gandhi. The moon is always there, even if you can't see it. I like to think that as I walk around this world. When times get dark and you've lost your spark, please remember you'll always have the moon. You may not see it in the sky, but please remember you'll always have the moon. So don't despair if it's not there, 'cause it'll shine on through. Just look over your shoulder in an hour or two and hold on tight. It's gonna be alright. Please remember, you'll always have the moon. Could you all sway? And please dance, yes, too. Sway. You could do human trumpet too if you feel like it. So dry your eyes and look up at the skies. It'll all come clear. Just give it a moment and she'll appear. Please hold on tight. It's gonna be alright. Remember, you'll always have the moon. Yes, you will. Please remember. Remember, you'll always, always have the moon. Thank you so much. Cheerio, everybody.